One bug you catch is one bug you caught. Good. But you'll catch it again next month, on the next feature, the same blind spot, the same hour lost. Because nothing about the project changed, except that you happened to be paying attention that day. Now, imagine the opposite. Imagine a project where every bug you ever found left a mark, and that mark stayed, and the project never walked into that same hole twice. That's not a smarter you. That's a smarter checklist. And the only difference between the two is whether you wrote the lesson down the moment it cost you something. So here's what I'm going to give you in the next few minutes. You'll see exactly what a compounding pre-ship checklist is, what it looks like on day one versus 6 months in, and why the 6-month version catches things the day one version never could. You'll get the little loop that grows it, the 2-question postmortem you run the moment a bug slips through, and the 1 new line it produces. And then you'll get the rule you hand the AI so it watches for those moments with you, instead of you trying to remember on your own, which, like everything in this module, you won't. By the end, you'll be able to open your own project today and start a checklist that gets harder to fool every single time you ship. Let me start with what this actually is, because the word checklist makes it sound smaller than it is. Before you call any feature done, you run it past a pre-ship checklist, a standing list of checks that applies to every feature, no matter what you're building. The build kit ships you one to start with. It's the list that says, did I run it for real? Did I try the edge cases? Did I read the output? Did I find at least one thing wrong? That's the universal layer that rides on top of each feature's own definition of done. Now here's the part that makes it compound. That list is not fixed. It is the one document in your whole project that is supposed to get longer over time, and it gets longer in exactly one way. Every time a bug makes it past you, you add the line that would have caught it. The checklist isn't a thing you write once and obey. It's a record of every hole you've ever fallen into, written as the question that keeps you out of it next time. Picture it on day one. Your pre-ship checklist is short, maybe 8 lines, the basics. Lint passes, test pass, it works on mobile. The error states actually render. The definition of done for this feature is met. Honest, but thin. It only knows what you knew to check on the first day, which by definition isn't much, because you haven't shipped anything yet. It hasn't been hurt yet. It has no scars. Now picture the same project 6 months in. That checklist is 40 lines. And here's the thing about those 40 lines. Almost none of them were on the original list. Every one past line 8 is there because something went wrong once. You shipped a screen, it crashed when its list came back empty, and that cost you an afternoon. So a line went onto the checklist that would have caught it, and you never shipped that crash again because the project won't let you walk past it without asking. Multiply that by 6 months of shipping. You don't have a checklist anymore. You have the project's hard-won memory written down as questions. And that is the whole game. So sit with it for a second. 2 projects, same age, same person building them. One of them has a verification step that catches 40 categories of bug before they ever reach a user. The other catches the 8 it thought of on day one and relearns everything else the hard way, over and over. The difference between those 2 projects isn't talent and it isn't more hours. It's that one of them remembered and the other one kept starting over. The checklist is how a project remembers. So, how does a line actually get on the list? Through a small, deliberate move you make every time a bug gets past you. And the key word is deliberate, because the natural reaction to a bug is the wrong one. The natural reaction is see the bug, fix the bug, move on, relieved. That feels like progress. It isn't, not the kind that lasts. You fix this one instance. You did nothing to stop the next one. So the first half of the move is just stop. A bug slipped through. Before you touch the fix, you pause, because this bug is trying to teach you something, and the fix is about to make it shut up. Then, you run the postmortem, and it's 2 questions. That's it. This is meant to take 2 minutes, not an afternoon. Question 1. What actually broke? Not the vague version, the specific version. The empty list crashed the page. The integration retried so many times, it ran up a real bill. The login broke for anyone with a plus sign in their email. Question 2, and this is the one that matters most. Why did my existing checks miss it? You had a checklist. It let this through. Where was the gap? Because the gap is the actual lesson. The bug is just the symptom that pointed at it. And then the move that makes the whole thing compound. You add a line. One new check on your pre-ship checklist. The exact check that would have caught this bug if it had been there last week. And how you word it is everything. So let me be specific, because a vague line is worthless. Don't write check the error states. That's already on there. It's too broad, and it didn't save you. Write the pointed version, the one that names the exact hole. Empty state checked on every screen that shows a list. Integration retries have a spending cap. Email field tested with a plus sign, a dot, and unusual characters. Each one is a yes or no question you can actually answer by going in looking. Specific enough that there's no wiggle room. Next time you or the AI walk the checklist, that line forces you to go check that exact thing, the thing that bit you last time. That's the difference between a checklist that grows sharper and one that just grows longer. One more piece and the loop is closed. Leave yourself a breadcrumb. Next to the new line, note what it came from. The bug, roughly when it happened, not ceremony. It's so that 6 months from now, when you or the AI reads a checklist line and thinks, do we really still need this one? The answer is right there. Yes, here's the day it cost us. Here's why it exists. A check you understand the reason for is a check you'll actually keep. Now, if this whole loop lived only in your head, it would die there. We've said it every lesson in this module, and it doesn't stop being true. The moment the discipline depends on you remembering to do it, it's already gone. You ship the bug, you're frustrated, you fix it fast, you move on, and the postmortem you swore you'd do never happens. So you don't rely on remembering. You write the trigger down once and you hand it to the AI. In the standing rules you keep for your project, the instructions the AI follows on every session, you add one in plain language. Something like, whenever we finish working through a bug before we move on, ask me the 2 postmortem questions. Then propose one new line for the pre-ship checklist, worded as a specific yes or no question that would have caught it. Note what bug it came from. Show it to me and wait for me to confirm before you add it. That's the rule. One short instruction, written once. And watch what that does. Now, the AI is the one who remembers the move you'd have skipped. You squash a bug, and before you can close the tab and forget, the AI stops you. Here are the 2 questions, and here's the line. I think your checklist needs now. Empty state checked on every screen that shows a list. And here's the bug it came from. You read it, you tighten the wording, or you confirm it, or you say not that one, and the line goes on the list. So the checklist grows as a byproduct of fixing bugs you were already going to fix. Instead of being one more chore you have to remember on top of the fix. And I want to be exact about why this works, because it is not magic, and I won't pretend it is. The checklist does not grow itself. There's no AI quietly watching your code and adding rules behind your back. That's not how this works. The reason the list gets smarter is that you built the system that makes it get smarter. You wrote the rule. You do the 2-minute postmortem when a bug stings, and you confirm the line before it lands. The AI's whole job here is to not let you forget the step, to surface the question at the right moment and draft the line for you to approve. That's it. Rules plus a little discipline. The same engine as everything else in this method. Take the rule out and the checklist freezes at 8 lines and you relearn every bug forever. Put it in and the project gets harder to fool every time something slips through. Not because the tool got smarter, but because you set it up to keep score. So here's your move, and I do it before the next lesson. Open whatever you're building. Find your pre-ship checklist. Or if you don't have one yet, start one with the basics. Then pull up the last real bug you shipped, the one that actually cost you something, and run the 2 questions on it. What broke, and why did your checks miss it? Write the one line that would have caught it. worded as a yes or no question, sharp enough to force the check. That single line is the start of a checklist that compounds. Then drop the rule into your project's rules, so the next bug writes the next line for you. So that's verification at operator depth. The definition of done tells the AI what good looks like before it builds. The hunting discipline finds the bug hiding when every check is green. And the compounding checklist makes sure that every bug you find the hard way, you only find once. Together, that's a verification practice that gets stronger every time you ship, instead of one that starts from zero on every project. Next lesson closes the module, and it names where this goes when you're ready to push past doing it all by hand. The tools that watch production for you, run real browser checks for you, and catch the bugs that only show up once real people are using the thing. I'll see you there.